Hi, this is Joe and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. In my free time I devised a new space station which will take care of 3 contracts at once, because it will be a space station at Minmus, it will be a space station at Moon, and it will be a space station in solar orbit. For that I had to pack a little bit of extra Delta V, which I did. This is over 286 tons. It's way too big. I'm doing way too much. I have extra docking ports for big and small, but I don't really care because I don't think I'll do extra docking. So we have to have a viewing cupola on the station, and we have to have a docking port and an antenna and have to generate power on the station. And we have to have 2 scientists on the station for our different contracts. So we're gonna take, for our crew, we won't take Jebediah because this station will strand in a solar orbit. I took the dumbest of dumbest that I could find at the astronaut complex. The stupid idiots who will actually go to the moon, and to the Minmus, and to the solar orbit, and won't come back. They're stupid. Yeah, they are who are gonna start with this. So our space station is ready to launch. Launch is set to launch pad. Yeah, I think I'll show you what my space station consists of mostly when I'm in orbit, because it's a bit difficult to see below the fairing. But let's just start this. So I hope this will work. We'll definitely start full throttle because I need a lot of thrust in the beginning, because I have a over 200 ton rocket. Let's hope that it works. Okay, and we have our orbit in our second attempt. Let us get spacebar. Let us get rid of the fairing. Let us press my button number 1. And there we have it. We can now see it. I'm turning it around a bit, so I have a science lab, I have energy, batteries, SAS, a Mark II lander can, because I only needed a place for 5 Kerbals, so I didn't want to take the big hitchhiker thing, a cupola module, and a big antenna that can send from everywhere in the solar system to home. And yeah, we're now on our poodle stage, and below this shroud there is an engine plate with 3 nerve engines. But this poodle is what's supposed to bring us most of the way to the moon. So first let us rename this vessel, because I'm pretty certain that it wasn't named properly from the beginning. Yeah, wasn't named to be a station. So this will one day be the Kerbal Space Station. Kerbal being the name of the sun here. So not solar, but Kerbula Space Station or something like that. But we'll go to space in like increments. So we have our orbit, we have 1.3k fuel left in here. Let me show you the beauty of what is. Oh, god damn it, why am I always in the dark in this game? Contract complete. We built a new orbital station around the moon, and now we already paid for the station, but it will go to Minmus and generate money, and go to a solar orbit and will generate more money. That's why I'm making this triple thing. So actually I want to aim my camera at the lander can, because the lander can has an interesting feature. It has built-in doors on the side. So and in here, like you can see very properly, are stuff like a thermometer. I don't want to just let's just do it this way. So to process in the lab, that's 20 data from the temperature. No seismic data, because why did I say take the seismic thingy? Nobody knows. 50 more data. We are over the moon's northwest crater here. Actually, over the northwest crater is completely new data. So we'll could send it. Yeah, let's just transmit it to the Earth. Can't transmit it again. Okay. We'll have a complete reset it. Wow. Sometimes difficult with all the stuff in front of the screen. Can't do it. I suppose I've done that already. Okay. Log gravity data. We are still above the northwest crater. We are now moving way more slowly than normally. I also have some mystery goo on this side. Process that in the lab. And clean the experiments. And while we're at it, let's do a crew report to process in the lab. Then we'll also do an EVA with Wellcut. If I can click on him, her. Where are you? Sometimes there's no outline around them. Keep that EVA report, go in. EVA report is now here, can be reviewed and processed. That's how we put our science in our lab, and when our camera is now aimed at a different part because we did go out. And we want to see whether we are away from the northwest crater already. No. Ah, I can see it in the upper right corner. So now I have a thingy, 24 minutes to periapsis. We have like a 3-day orbit almost. So yeah. So I could go around like this for a few days. I'm just doing that off screen. I'm seeing you after that. So now that I'm in the sun, I can also show you like how these doors look when you close them and open them. They're actually built into the lander, so you can put stuff just like a lander and then a little radio tank and an end engine or something to land on low gravity moons. That's really good. I don't think I'll do this in this episode, but it's a nice thing. In this episode, in this series. I just realized a thing. I am moving the same direction the moon turns, and I'm in a very high orbit, so I am actually, I think, the closest you can be to a moon stationary orbit. So the moon rotates almost as fast as I'm moving around it. And that's normally the moon stationary orbit is would be outside of the sphere of interest of the moon, so it doesn't work to make a moon stationary orbit, at least in case B. But we can look at that information, by the way, here. So the moon has, we can't look at it here. We can look at it here. Show engineer body rotation period of 6 days, 2 hours. So we have an orbital period of where's my period? 3 days, 3 hours. So for me, moving 1 time around the moon has halfway rotated, so I need 2 full rotations to go around the moon once. And that's almost as high as you can get, because I'm right at the sphere of interest here. Sphere of interest change here. So we have an 1.7 to 1. So that's not a perfect orbit, but I wanted to see whether you can use the transfer window to go from Moon to Minmus. Okay, we have our orbit. There was a screen message. 22 science points. We got that from Minmus surface, yeah. Built a new station that has an antenna, a docking port and can generate power. This must be a new station built for Goliath Natural Products after the contract is accepted. Yeah, we did that. Can you tell me why this doesn't count? I have no idea. Let's log the gravity data from the Midlands. Let's also zoom in. Are the doors opened? Yes. So here are all my science experiments. Okay, you can't do that. This actually doesn't work. You can't do 3 contracts at once. Why can't you do that? This is a new station that has an antenna, has a docking port and can generate power. We have a facility supporting 5 Kerbals. We have a viewing cupola. We did maintain stability and we did put our station in Minmus. Maybe I'll have to load into the game again. We'll see, we'll see. I did unhook the gravitational scan, which I didn't want to do. But here it goes. Okay. Why doesn't it work? Do you have anything to say for that? Okay, we'll load out of the game into the space center. Quick save the game and load the game and load back in. Maybe that helps. Or maybe just going to the space center helps. Maybe I'll have to rename it. Yeah, but a new station around Minmus doesn't work. Expand the space station, tourists, new orbiter station around the moon. He wants a new one. No, that is the one with the liquid fuel. We'll never do that again. Okay, we want none of these contracts. We'll go to the tracking station. We'll go back to the space station. I assume this is flagged as having, as being the moon station. Which is bullshit. So I'll try renaming it. Minmus Space Station. We have finished construction of a new orbital station around Minmus. Okay. And we'll rename it again. This was supposed to be the Kerbal Space Station. Except we'll take this to Kerbal orbit. So what is our orbital period? 10 days. So I don't want to wait. I like skip forward just to get one extra biome, hopefully. That will get some extra data out of it. I'm always trying to do the log gravity data and to pin that window instead. Okay. So let's just... I'll show you what I do with that. I'll go to 1000 times warp. Look at it. Minmus is actually moving, rotating faster than me. So 62 data from the greater flats. So it is possible to go to a Minmus stationary orbit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is more retrograde. Okay. So, let's first click somewhere that's outside of Minmus. Warp here. We'll leave Minmus. Let's say goodbye to Minmus if I can find it. There's Kerbin. There's Minmus. Goodbye. I'll never see you again. Time warp complete. We are on our SOI change trajectory. 50 science from Minmus. It did have no correct connection, and then it did have one. Okay, that was the double thing. More satellite burn. Maneuver node is closing by. Delete on close, jump to ship, and restore maneuver node. Okay, let's see if it works. Close alarm. Okay, we have our maneuver node. Our maneuver node. Is our maneuver node actually foretelling us not that it's sun periapsis? Not a Moho encounter. Our maneuver is telling us that we'll have a Moho encounter. Okay, so we'll fly that maneuver. We'll have to burn in 3 minutes. Oh, this is moving so much more smoothly, this one, than the other one. Oh, the stupid heavy space station. I missed having like a sleek ship like this that actually moves great. Okay. So we'll fast forward. And we'll burn in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I'm gonna see you in a minute, and together we'll watch the map if we have a Moho encounter. Okay, I tried to follow the maneuver as closely as possible. Let's see what our projector's course tells us. We have a Moho encounter. But we only have a Moho encounter for like 1 hour. That's not good. What happens if I do a new maneuver here on the new descending node in 5 days? Where we'll also fix... Where's the ascending node, my friend? Oh, I'll meet him on the ascending node, okay. Okay. So I was actually planning like crazy here. Can you please do what I tell you to? Okay, you can add a maneuver here. So this is the descending node. We have to ascend here. So does this tell us we have a better encounter over here? Moho periapsis 6 million. I think that's the new one. So go into this. $4 million, 4.5, 4.1 million, 3.8, 3.4, 3.0, 2.7, 2.3, 1.9, 1.6, 1.2, 800. I think that's 500. Okay. Whatever. Delete all these messages, please. Delete all these messages, please. Nobody wants them. Whatever, okay. So we'll have our maneuver. It's warp there, that's in 5 days. That's not before our other station leaves Sun orbit. It's nice how our ship is not on the orbit it is supposed to be on. It's like somewhere else, or it has no orbit. Like this was our supposed orbit, wasn't it? I have no idea. Let's just try to do a 10-second burn in 2 minutes. I'll see you when we're there. Okay, I missed it like slightly, but let's see how our new thing looks like. We'll have a periapsis of 622,000 meters above Moho. Let's focus our view on Moho. Let's see. There it is. This is how we're gonna fly past Moho. We're entering it here in 61 days, 1 hour. So we'll fly by Moho in a little bit under 2 hours, and we'll have that time to break into an orbit around Moho. So this will be our new maneuver, and I'll just see how much we'll need to break here. It's already moving. So we'll need to brake for 2,300 meters per second, which is almost all our fuel. Okay. And we can adjust our orbit from there, but we'll have like enough other stuff. The Kerbal Space Station debris. What are you? Wait, before that we want a new alarm setup. Add a new alarm from the Moho satellite. We want the sphere of interest change. SOI change. Moho satellite. Date. In 61 days, 1 hour and 22 minutes. Yeah. Time to alarm. Yeah. Add that alarm. Moho satellites. Sphere of interest change. Warp to SOI is the other thing. That was I was doing when I was interrupted by the alarm, yeah. But I wanted to... Fucking kidding me! You can't hide me stuff that I just saw like a millisecond ago. Okay, so... focus Kerbal. So we'll see what's going around there. There's the Moho satellite. It's still a long way. How far off we are from our target. It's great. That's the Kerbal Space Station. And the Kerbal Space Station has its sphere of interest change in 1 day and 5 hours. We're gonna switch to the Kerbal Space Station. And that's how you do several missions at once, which is a bit unfair towards the player because NASA and ESA and stuff have people for that. They have like hundreds of people who can do several missions at once because they are many. We don't get that. So we'll fly to our sphere of interest change because I want to break there. Oh man, the slow going down from warp. It's really annoying. Whoop. And here we have it. Here we are. There's of course some debris left over by us, but this is our orbit, and we are now. Let's try to go retrograde and just burn a bit to get our periapsis down. We have like stuff. Everything that we have, that we use now, is just to play around with our orbits. We don't need that anymore. We'll just need to make sure that we don't accidentally hit Kerbal again. And that's what I'm trying to set up here. I want to set us up at like the halfway point between Kerbal and Eve, so that we don't accidentally hit them. So that's that. And we'll add an periapsis alarm for this ship. For the Kerbal Space Station, we will want a periapsis alarm. Periapsis is over there in 188 days, 3 hours and 25 minutes. And we'll make an alarm. And that's when we'll break down so that we don't smash into Kerbal again. We won't. Don't get me wrong, if we go back here, Kerbal will be over there somewhere. We can like set Kerbal as target, yeah? When we come back here, no, that's where we are. So when we come back here, Kerbal is somewhere over here, and when Kerbal is at that point, we are actually already there. So we're faster than Kerbal, obviously. Contract complete. Solar space station 481.3. This is the Kerbal Space Station. This is interestingly called Sun here, not Kerbal. But I know that this body here in the middle is called Sun. And what I also know is you can aero brake there if you want to. So feel free to try it out and send me a picture. Definitely shout you out if you do that. If you're crazy enough to aero brake at the Sun. Okay, so Kerbal, we don't want you as target. I'm sorry. We'll just do our experiments again on our beautiful space station that's now completely lost, and these stupid idiots are do really have a problem because they went here on purpose. They wanted to go here. Log pressure data. We'll process them in the lab, and temperature should be a bit less. 20 data works. How much do we have? We can fit another 50 data, which should be this gravity scan. Okay, we have all those scans in here. There's this one. Let's observe the mystery goo. I don't think we can... It's full, okay, so we'll transfer it to the experimental storage unit. And we'll go to a crew report. We're going to keep that experiment. We're going to do an EVA. We're going to do an EVA report. We're going to keep that experiment. Like this little thing of my friend Wolcott going out of the shuttle and back, this actually altered our course. So let's see it. This is our periapsis, 11,568.048.913 meters. So the last number, 913, that's what we're gonna remember. So So this is our scientist. He's going around on the ladder. He's boarding again. And it's not 913. It moved. That moved the ship, and that's like how crazy stuff can happen. So if you're doing EVAs and stuff, we wanna clean that experiment. If you're doing like EVA and stuff, be certain that that nothing weird happens and untowards happens. Oh, they're producing science way faster than the other lab because they're level 2 scientists. I mean, we can do like level up crew, no threats on boards are ready to gain experience. Okay. So we won't get the list here of how much experience they got, which is a shame. Because it would show that they have been to Minmus. And what I wanted to do is what first milestones? We have performed a spacewalk in orbit of the sun. We get 22.8 for that. We're also review report. We can transmit that and do another report. And we can also review stored data, which is an EVA report, which also is 100%. So we can also get that 16 science. We'll just have to do another EVA again. And now all the data will be sent to this one, which has all the 5 data that we might want. We can even go out here, since I placed it right below here. We can just take the data, board again, and then we have it in the crew lab where we can actually look at them comfortably. So, that was it how we have gathered the first scientific data from the sun. And this is how I sent 1 space station to fulfill 3 contracts, gathered a bunch of science that will auto-generate science for me. And that's also how I almost forgot to set up this science lab to add an alarm. Yeah, this one will be done before the other one. Okay. Yeah. This is how we send this into a solar orbit and the MOHO satellite into an actual encounter. And now we are at the point. Do we have an encounter? I'm always second-guessing myself. What's our encounter? Periapsis was looking good. Yeah, it's looking good. And we won't be doing any weird stuff here. So interestingly, our apoapsis is still only at Kerbal. Yeah, it's only at Kerbal. And which target position? What do you think is your target? Okay, we're going down here. It's weird. It's weird to think about how orbital physics work. So we'll go through this. We'll leave that again, which will put us up here again. What is that? And that? What is our target here? What did he set as our target? That is our target, my friend. Yeah. Whatever. Game's doing weird stuff. Next episode, I'll show you our arriving of our MOHO satellite at MOHO. We'll break into an orbit, we'll perform some science experiments, we'll set it up as a proper communication array, which is for me making it an angled orbit so that it is least likely to be blocked by Kerbal or MOHO, so it will also have to be in higher orbit. And then we'll start preparing for our EVE mission. Have a nice day, see you tomorrow.